This is the January 2024 Course of Fire for the NRL22. Coming right up.
3, 2, 1, time.
Hey shooters, my name is Joe Lowley from Precision Match Timer and Precision Match Gear. And listen, I want to start off, there's a lot of people ask me this, how do I pronounce my name? And as you just heard me say, it is Lowley, just like it was L-O-W-L-Y. And that doesn't mean I won't answer to Lowell or low heel or any of those other things, but it is technically Lowley. So last month was it was a tough course of fire. I dropped more than I expected to. I think I dropped 4, and 3 of them on the sawhorse. I had a tough time on the sawhorse that day. First stage of the day, and I did not do well on that. The gambling stage with those little 1/4 inches, I shot all 1/4 inch and cleaned it. So you never know sometimes what's going to be the tough stage for you that day. I did shoot well enough to win our local match, so I was happy with that, but not necessarily overall happy with the way I shot. This month, this is a tough course of fire. I know I said that last month. I think this is a really tough course of fire. It's got a lot of movement. I like a lot of movement. I think I do well when there's a lot of movement. So even though I like that part, what I don't like is these memory games. Having to remember which target you shoot in which order. To me, it's not about shooting abilities at that point. It is more about memory games. And so I'm not a big fan of those. Luckily, we have 2 minutes, and I just have to, look at my data card a lot and make sure I'm shooting the right target. And that also means maybe shooting on less magnification to make sure I can see multiple targets and I'm shooting the right one. Because that's what I have to do a lot, is to pan and say, every time, that's the left target, that's the right target, shoot that one. That's the right target, that's the left target, shoot that one. So I don't always like that kind of course of fire, but we have to shoot what we got. So let's get into this month. Stage 1, shape up for 2024. So we're gonna go right into the memory game one. And it's got 2 targets at 60 and 93 yards. And there are 2 different targets at 60 and 3 of them at 93 yards. And they are spread out a good bit. This talks about 30 feet apart, 15 feet apart. I don't think our club can get that far apart. I know some clubs can't, but so they'll be spread out as far as they can. And be shooting off the tank trap, just the tips of the tank trap. And the first time through, it is going to be the first, then the third, then the 5th, then the 2nd target. Go back to the 1st, the 4th, the 2nd, and then the 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 5th, 1st. So those form different shapes, and hopefully that makes sense the way I showed it on that diagram there. And just write it on your data card. Put where those targets are and put the order of the targets, and after every shot, look at it and say, where is my next shot? And make sure you're shooting the right target. The other thing is that this is a holdover. And at least I would shoot it as a holdover. You could dial this, but I believe I counted it, and it's about 8 different dials. So that's a lot. And so you're better off doing a holdover. And the holdover for me on this, I have a 0.2 and a 1.3, so it's a 1.1 holdover. Not ideal. But it really could just be looked at as a high 1. Just shoot a little bit higher up on the 1 mil. So it can be done. My guess is whoever put this together probably came out evenly on 1 mil or something like that. But For me, it is 1.1. So there's not a lot of strategy to go here. I would just mostly just get a bag on the tank trap like we normally do. I think I'm going to show you something on using the big bag on one of those positions. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot else to do on it. It is a 12 round stage though. So make sure you have a 12 round mag or an extra mag with you. So here we have the tank trap, and you know, it's all about movement on this one. I do have a very elaborate card written out, and hopefully that'll keep me on track. And I don't like this holdover, a 1.1, but that's what we're going to do. I am going to shoot it in I'm going to shoot it in the order with this one first, this one second, and that one last. And I show you why. I am going to use this bag for the middle one. Sometimes you can get some support up there. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully I keep it in order and everything will be good. So let's give it a run. Shooter ready? Engage. All right, first target, bottom left. Top right, hold over. Top right, hold over. Oof. All right, 1, 3, 2, 5, 1.
20 seconds.
All right, still 20 seconds left. I am, boy, I don't like that. Having to figure out and look at my card every time to figure out which one I'm shooting at.
9,
But
7,
that's what it calls for.
5, 4, 3.
And so that's what we're going to do. But you can see how I was able to get a bag down here. It's a little tippy, so you have to watch that sometimes. And it all depends on how they've set these up. And I have tried this with it turned different directions. You just have to be careful. And you also have to be careful when you first put it out there. There's a lot of weight that's getting put out there and it could tip. So make sure you have some weight behind it. Otherwise, that's just the way it is. And let's move on to the next. Stage 2, first prone of 2024, but no napping. So this is a prone stage. It's a time stage. Again, I've said before, I'm a fan of the time stage being prone. And this one's a little bit different. So we got 2 KYL racks out at 40 and 65. The near one has the half and the quarter, and the far one has the 3/4 and the 1. And what we're going to do is shoot it in a specific order. So we're going to start off with the near targets, large then small, and then the far targets, large, small, large. Okay. Then you got to drop your magazine, and then you have to run over. They talk about 5 feet, whatever your club can fit. You have to get up, move to another position, load your magazine, and shoot your next 5 in a different order, which is at the far target, large, small, then the near target, large, small, large. So it's actually only 2 dials now I think about it, but I think, what do I have? I have a -0.1 and a 0.4, so it's a 1/2 mil hold. I'll probably just hold. Because it's a time stage, I'll probably just hold. If it was anything else, I would definitely dial, but because it's a time stage, I will probably hold. And otherwise, it's a prone stage, and just get good position. You do have to move, you do have to change mags, and that's going to be important. So make sure you do it. Make sure you have that extra mag.
All right, we're going to do the prone, which isn't too bad. Again, it's just all about order. Making sure that you shoot it right, and that you, this particular one, we have to use more than one mag. So this is my typical belt setup. I always have my Kestrel here. I have a dump pouch here. I have 2 mag holders here. This is my primary mag that's usually in the rifle. That's the one in the back. If I need to do an emergency reload or anything like that, I grab the one that's in the front. So I want that one to be easier, so I always use the one in the back. When I'm done loading, when I'm done shooting, first thing I do, pull the mag, of course, and I put it in my dump pouch. That's also where I carry my, chamber flag. So the chamber flag goes in there, and the empty mag, or not full mag, goes in my dump pouch. I do not put the full mag or an empty mag back into the pouch. So I go back and I load it. Once it's loaded, then it goes back in the pouch. So that's one of those things I've started to do in order to make sure that I'm not going to the line with a gun that's not, or a magazine that's not ready to go. So this one does have a holdover of 0.5, and we do have to move positions. I don't have a lot of move, so I'll probably start there and end here or something. It's not a lot of movement that I got. I'll probably actually start here, and then I'll jump over there afterwards. I can't move over too far, I won't see my target. But I'll make sure I jump all the way up and get all the way back down. I think that's fair enough. But I don't have a lot of room to move in order to see my target because there's plants in the way. So let's go ahead and run this. All right, shooter ready, engage. All right, near, large. Far, large. Far, small. Far, large. Oops, I can't see it. All right, far, large. Near large. All right, 36 left. Had a little mix up there. I got over too far and I couldn't see a target anymore. You know, the way this does near than far, far than near, you could dial this. But it is a time stage.
20 seconds.
So it is, it's probably just as easy in this case to use a holdover. It's a half, so holdover is not too bad. And so, yeah, let's get on to the next one.
Stage 3, running into 2024. So this is the pyramid, and it's pretty simple in that it is a 10 shot, 10 position. So you have to use 10 different positions on the pyramid without repeating. The only difference is they're kind of adding positions. So if you're, there's going to be an imaginary line down the pyramid separating the center into 2 different positions. So you're going to be able to shoot from the outside, you know, center left, center right, and outside on the other side. So there's actually 4 positions on each. So that makes it a little easier. I don't like using the inside positions because they're difficult to get into. So if you like to just run up the top and run down the other side for 10 positions, you can do that. I'll probably use a lot of prone on the bottom to start because I really don't like that second position very much. So I think that's what I'll do. And let's get out there and take a look and see what we can do.
All right, we've shot pyramid plenty of times. You know what I like and you know what I don't like. This is my worst position, so I'm going to skip it. The only thing different is the interiors now have 2 positions on this one. So they want a center down the middle so that each one technically has 4 spots. So I'm going to use that on the bottom. I'm going to do 4 prones. And I'm going to jump up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus the 4, that's 10 positions. And hopefully there's enough time to do it all. And otherwise, it's pretty straightforward. 1 distance, so I don't need a card. And let's go ahead and get it done. Engage. Oh, pyramid. All right.
10.
Plenty of time to get it done.
7, 6, 5.
Definitely spent some extra time moving on the bottom because I jump up every time. I don't know if there's going to be a physical thing in the way or not. But in order to put this bag in, I got to put it in sideways, turn it. But that worked just fine. I think I got through it with 15 seconds left. So not too bad at all. And I like this one. Lots of movement. It's cool. So let's go on to the next.
Stage 4, New Year's exercise routine. So this is the rooftop. Rooftop's going to be turned sideways. So you're going to be not up on the rooftop. You're going to be shooting off of the roof. So there are 3 targets. They're all at the same distance, 78 yards. Left, center, right. There's then 3 positions on the rooftop. You'll start off, the first position is in the center of the rooftop. The next one is up on the top, the higher part of the rooftop. And then the last position is in the lower part of the rooftop. You're not supposed to touch the ground with your bag or a bipod or anything like that. So, so on the start, the center, you'll shoot at the center target from the center position, one shot. And then you're going to move up to the top and you're going to take 2 shots at the right target, back to the center for 1, down to the bottom for 2 shots at the left target, back to the center, back to the top for 2. So anytime you're in the center, you shoot center target. Anytime you're on the right, the high position, you shoot the right target. When you're on the low, you shoot the left target. So you'll start 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I believe that's right. And back to 1. That's about it. It's not too hard. The rooftop from this position should be very steady. I'll probably just use 1 bag. I don't want to try to put a bipod on that diagonally. I've seen people do it. I don't think that's something I want to try. 1 bag should sit even at an angle. It can be held there fairly easily, even with it mounted on a plate. If not on a plate, usually you can put that right on there. That's where things like the wax on the wax canvas on the Game Changers really kind of stick a good bit. There is also a sticky pad that Armageddon sells. I have it, and I don't know. I didn't think about it, but maybe I'll bring it out. And just in case it's real slick, sometimes having a little something that will grab will not hurt. So let's get out and see what we can do.
All right, I've already gone over the order we got to shoot this. Luckily, you know, usually there's at least 1 crossbar in the middle, so that's something to rest on. There's usually 1 at the bottom. I don't have 1 on the bottom, so I'm going to be holding it up, which will be a little bit harder, but not terribly hard because I'll be basically prone. So this should be not bad. This should be not bad. It's pretty sturdy. It's getting the order right and just shooting it the right way. Shooting the right target and shooting in the right order. And that has hurt me in the past, so let's hope it doesn't hurt me now. So, ready? Engage. Center. 1. Shot 7. And last 2. Tons of time, 23 seconds left. And you'll notice that I tend to go fast in the beginning and slow down a little bit as I get towards the end and I realize I haven't heard my alarm go off. So that means I got at least 20 seconds. So by the time I got up here, it was probably about 30 seconds, and I took both shots fairly slow, and I was still able to get them all off before even the 20-second alarm. This may end up being more of a low standing instead of a kneel. Kind of depends on the angle of your roof, that could easily have been a high standing or a low standing position. Doesn't really matter to me. There's enough time to get those shots off. I'm not sure I needed this at all. I think this got in the way, if anything. Maybe use it a little bit there in that center position. They're all pretty darn stable without anything. So I think that's easy enough one to do.
Stage 5, 2024 is running on all cylinders. So this is a multi-prop stage. So we are going to shoot from the small 2-gallon bucket, the 5-gallon bucket, a stack of 3 tires, and the 55-gallon drum. Now, the stack of 3 tires, I know tires are not my favorite and I complain about them a lot. 3 tires stacked hopefully won't be too bad, and we'll just have to see what it is. It's definitely going to be better than them on their sides or upright. And one target at 70 yards, 1.5 inches. It's not huge. It's about 0.6 mils, so it's not bad. Matter of fact, all the targets on this course of fire have been relatively small, so be careful with that. So we're going to start with the 2-gallon bucket. We're going to get 2 shots. You're going to go to the 5-gallon bucket, take 3 shots. That's probably the position I'll have the most trouble with. The tire for 2 shots, and then the 55-gallon drum for 3 shots. And you know, that's good. Lots of movement, but it's only 4 different positions. Just got to figure out how best to use them. If we're just going to single bag it, bipod, anything like that. So let's go out and take a look.
So this is the multi-prop one. Just got to remember the order: 2-3, 2-3, 1 target. I'm gonna take my time on the buckets and on the tires because I can make it up on the other 2. So I'll shoot the first ones fast, a little slower on the bucket. I'll use, again, I'm just using my attached medium bag on everything. I'm going to use this for the prone on the small bucket. I'll use this to kneel on, to put my elbow up on for the bigger bucket. I may need it for the tires just because they're always wobbly. And I might try 2 different things with the tires. I might shoot it from here, and I might shoot it from up here. And if I shoot it from that forward position, I can get a lot more stable, I bet. And then could possibly even do it with bipods up front. Now I think about it. I probably won't, because I prefer to keep it simple. But you could shoot a short bipod here with a bag and here with a bag. I might look at that. I'm going to run it this way first, and then maybe run it again the other way. Let's try both ways. So, engage. All right. Still wobbling. Oh, very wobbly. I'll put it up here. Nope. I can't get high enough there. 25 seconds left. I could take more time there if I needed it. Definitely that bucket. That was terrible.
20 seconds.
So let me try it the other way with a rear bag. That's probably about right because I want to make sure that my mag is back, I think, behind it. So I think that'll work. I may have to drop it down for up here. Yeah, but I'm going to try that with just a single bag. I don't think I'm going to like this as much. Let's try it. Engage. Oof, I don't like this at all. It's not as stable. Come on. Terrible. Yeah, I do not like that. About stable as you get. Very stable. Oof. Not quite what I want.
20 seconds. 10, 9,
Yeah, you can get pretty stable doing that.
5,
That bag may be a little
3,
big,
1.
and my bipod placement may be off just a little bit. Maybe for the barrels, it needed to be back a little bit, but if it was back any farther, that would have been difficult. So I don't like doing the bipod. I like just a bag, and I think that's the way I'll run it. So good, I'm glad I went through it though.
All right, shooters, that's it for this month's Course of Fire. I am going to be shooting this month, I believe, in Charleston. It's a little farther away from me, but my normal club is not holding a match. My backup club is not holding a match. I think they both just are busy. I know SHOT Shows in January and things like that. So neither one of those clubs is holding a January match. So I'm gonna take a ride up to Charleston to Palmetto Gun Club. I've shot there before. It's a great club, good people, and I'm looking forward to seeing them and shooting up there this time. And otherwise, I hope to see you out on the range soon.